enti NPP race ne de polls a ababato mountain edoso na ye Musah Dankwah ene global info analytics e de omo de ababato mountain na Musah Dankwah ababachire nsemu about the latest poll on NPP presidential race no wachirechirem wababa nsem wey or the twi afra wachirechire ne nsem wo ho poll nankasa details on it and it saying who leads why they depreciate why and appreciate numbers
and the same baby to regarding MPP race now or more cotton any delegate in the last few days ago any delegate 2,643 and all the 16 regions 99% confidence level, margin of error is 2.4%. Any delegate ekasai from 270 out of 276 constituencies randomly. Until the numbers are quite good in terms of coverage. You know, BI ekasai roughly. Now, you share Emma hine no mukasai. Emma 24%, Memma 76%. O share age group no, Dowona already 44 years. 35 to 44, 44%. At 25 to 34, 15%. 18 to 24, 1%. 45 to 54, 30%. And 55 to 64, 7%. Muhammad 65, 3%. Now, you're calling saying, yeah, show overall the outcome. See there, maybe and the MPP reason. Oh, share. Oh, my no link it. I some say why on Betuama, say control abandoning there. 44% say on Betuama, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. 19% say on Betuama, Dr. Brian Champon. 1% say on Betuama, Dr. Yao or say Edichum. And 1% say on Betuama, Kobna Eji Japon. But the more 15% say ominim the on Betuama, but one country 15%. They found not disclosed for. And a more 15% so say Omodia Omunya Omadrin as to who to vote for yet. Into Shah Baumia LED with 44%, Kennedy with 19%. But the year who say mostly Omo Amkase main cancer no Omukai Kennedy for. Into the 15 Cronina Kaken Hua Quen Beko 34%, Baumia 44%. So in that kind of analysis, no Baumia LED was about 10 points. Then the question is among Omamase Omuya undecided no, between the same. Oh, and no. So every candidate has to work harder on those who are undecided. Now, we'll share the comparison between September and now. September, who said Baumia performed by 3% compared to now. Kennedy Ako sort by 2%. Brian Ako sort by 2%. And Omamase Omon country no almost Ako by 11%. But Omamase Omi undecided no Swati about 12%. Now, Oba runoff say runoff one on Betuama still Baumia 46%, Kennedy 23%, 15% say not disclosed, and 16% say undecided. What the 15 not disclosed? Eka Kendi one, Obina 38%, roughly the same number of votes on Onyaye last time. Then the question is, who will the people who are saying undecided? That is where Hona I'm saying reason no. Now, we share runoff. Say runoff. Omo amotuma Baumia in Rawano. Ahin ena besanto amanibium. Emu 96% say on besanto amanibium. But 3% is switched from Baumia to Kennedy. 1% say omo disclosed. Omo amotuma Kennedy no. Emu 7% eko Baumia ho. Ena 92 say on besanto actu amaken. Into we share roughly Baumia again more in a runoff chain Kennedy Japan. In terms of Oma Motuma Omono, Baumia Crawford only 3% and of change your margin, but Ken for the 7% as sound margin. Now Oma Motuma Brian Champion, so it moved 1% about Tuama Baumia, but 44 about Tuama Kennedy. Oma Motuma Edichum 39% about Tuama Baumia, and another 39 about Tuama Kennedy. Oma Motuma Kobnaji Japan, 42% for Baumia and 35% for Kennedy. Oshia race no across the regions not. Baumia LED or a half 38%. Kennedy 11%. Uba Ashanti Regina, Baumia or 39%. Kennedy 28%. Brian Champo 9%. Oba Ahafo, Bono, Baumia 44%, Kennedy 10%. Oko Kumbunu Isa, Baumia 55%, Kennedy 20%. Oba Central, Baumia 50%, Kennedy 16%. Oba Eastern, Baumia 38%, Kennedy 27%. Brian 9%. Oba Greater Accra, Baumia 36%, Kennedy 14%, Brian 3%. Oko North Easter, Baumia 52%, Kennedy 8%, Brian Champon 2%. Northern Region, Baumia 69%, Kennedy 5%, Brian 2%. Oko Otia, Baumia 39%, Kennedy 8%, Brian 5%. Oba Savannah, Baumia 50%, Kennedy 23%, Brian 5%. Oba Upper Easter, Baumia 46%, Kennedy 30%, Brian Champon 1%. Oba Upper Wester, Baumia 64%, Kennedy 25%. Oba Volta, Baumia 39%, Kennedy 9%, Brian 3%. Oba Western Regional, Baumia 52%, Kennedy 25%, Brian 2%. Oba Western North, Baumia 33%, Kennedy 16%, and Brian Champon also 6%. Until regional best no say anything. So overall, no, which means Baumia a drop about 3% compared to last time. Kennedy are gaining 2%. Brian so are gaining 2%. So far, this is the risk.
So listening to Musah Dankwah, Nensama Wochema, and I say, Pono, Dr. Aya Bahomia, and I still or that's leading in NPP race or Moko, but or depreciate Aya numbers be ho. And on amount for Bisa question say, we are undecided Aya delegates no more Wamo, Waba Ababedin same way uncommon, and you are children.
This morning, I will be taking through those who are undecided in terms of the regions they are in, mostly, whether their age profile, their gender, their educational level, and whatever demography that we have. In fact, religion, if you want to go that, even ethnic group, if you want to break down that number further. So this morning, I'm just going to focus on those who are undecided. And let me put it this way. If the undecided people are 100%, if there are 100 people who are undecided, where can you find these 100 people? According to the poll, around 1.6% are in Ahafo region, but 12% of those who are undecided are in Ashanti region. 12%. 2% are in the Bono region. 5% are in the Bono East region. 15% are in the Central region. So Central region is very, very high among those who are undecided. Then you have Greater Accra. 26% of all people who are undecided are in Greater Accra. Then you have Northeast, 2%. Northern region, around 5%. Otik, around 2%. Savannah, 2%. Upper East, around 7%. Upper West, 3%. Volta, 8%. And then Western, 3%. Western North, 1%. So in terms of the concentration of people who are undecided, who are above 5% threshold, Ashanti region is 1, Bono East, Central region, Eastern region, Greater Accra region, Upper East, Volta region. These are the regions you can find high concentration of voters who are at the moment undecided. So this will be helpful for any of the campaign to see how to deploy resources and where to go. This is free data we are giving to all the campaign. But thank you, Ken Doctrine, for asking this question. And I think we are giving it out there for public to see where the numbers are. Now, when you come to those who are undecided, 79% of men, or of those who are undecided, 79% are men, 21 are female. But that is really reflective of the current structure anyway, because NPP delegates, about 75% are female and 20% or 25% are male. So here it doesn't tell you much. But in terms of age profile, those who are undecided, 35 to 44 years account for 37% of those who are undecided. With the middle-aged people, 35 to 44, 37%. And then 45 to 54, they are 29%. 25 to 34, 22%. So a lot of people who are undecided are in the middle-aged Gen Z category to the middle-aged group of delegates. Very few people who are between 18 and 24 are undecided. And those who are maybe 65 to 65 plus, they are just 3%. So the bulk of the undecided are in the middle age group, 25 to 34 or 25 to what I would call a 54 years age group. So in terms of your question, this is the age profile of those people. Now, if you come to educational level of these people, 40% of people who are undecided have junior high qualification. 34% of them have a senior high. 17% have tertiary, and 8% have no qualification. So broadly reflecting the structure of the NPP. Now, among all who are undecided based on a religious ground, 78% of those who are undecided are Christians. 19% are Muslims. 2% are traditional religion. Nearly 0.5% are other religions. And 1% belong to those who are without religion. Again, when you come to those who are undecided by their ethnic groups, 49% of Akans, or 49% of those who are undecided are Akans. 49%. 5% are Guans, 10% are Ghana-based, 11% are Evers, 18% are Moli, or 19% are Moli Dagbani. So from the major ethnic groups, the ones with the highest proportion of people who are yet to decide are the Akans, 49%. So basically, this is the demography of people who are undecided. As to what the campaign will do going forward is up to them. But we've given you that in terms of geography, where you can find them, most of them, about 12% Ashanti region, about 15% Central region, about 26% in Greater Accra, and then another 5% in Bono East, 6% in Eastern region, and Volta region 8%. I'm quite surprised that lower level of people who are in the Eastern that are undecided. It means Eastern region is largely fairly settled in the sense that very few of them are undecided. They know what to do. Even among those who said they will not disclose, Eastern region is about 6%. So it's a strong region, a very important region, and they are expressing their views in terms of their voting intention. At the moment, yes, we can see that that from the data. Now, if you...
I know Musah Dankwah of Global Info Analytics, Nisama Odiababetuja, about NPP, POA, Omaye, Ediababetu Monte, who to lead a NPP party. Dowona TV, Chawadim, a comment session.